Cinema becomes magical when it successfully blurs the line between the reality and the fiction. That it becomes a powerful media tool and at the same time it reprimands the very audience of its illusion. Today I'm going to very talk about very interesting topic which is the evolution of fight scenes in Malayalam cinema. Hello guys, this is me Amrita. Welcome back to my channel. Fight scenes are very subjective when it comes to the world of cinema because it's not completely a reality but can be made fictional, but can be a fictional but not maybe reality kind of a situation. Action sequences are not basically by the actors or the directors. It is a completely behind the scene process as well, especially when it comes to action choreography and also the sound engineering part. The sound, the how we enhance the fight scene is using those sound effects. The sound engineering part is the most technical thing for a fight scene to be successful for a mass commercial film or a very indie film as well. So how these sound matches with those fight scenes is a very brilliant way of collaborating different types of sounds, different types collaboration of all these sounds and how these artists bring all these sounds alive, and the choreography as well is what this makes this fight scenes a very interesting one to watch it in theaters especially. When you watch old Malayalam films, you realize the sound effects versus sound effects now. The sound effects used there in the old Malayalam films are kind of monotone, like a very same set of tone has been used in every punches, and the sound of wind punching in the air and all is kind of a very monotonic view or a monotonic sound you'll be hearing. But versus now today, the sound engineering skills have been increased and very improved in a level that we can differentiate each and every punch. At the same time, a very technical involvement of different minute versions of minute variations of sound is what in the world of today has changed.
பேராசையை கொள்ளும் சிவனாய் இவன் கள்வனை வெல்லும் வல்லவன் இவன்.
One very interesting feature that I saw in these fight scenes is how they use the props as a symbolism. In these, especially for example, in two Malayalam movies that I'm taking as example for like Spadigam, or in movies like Maheshanda Pradikaram, the symbolic of dhoti or munda, once it is detached from the, once it is being removed from the body, from someone else's body, it is acting as a symbolism of defeat, acting as a symbolism of loss of dignity, that the vulnerability comes over into a very iconic, very unique way of showing that symbolism is
കണ്ണാടി നീ ആരാ പോലീസോടെ വേണ്ട സാറേ വിട് ഓടോടുന്നു നീ തുണി പറിച്ചെടുക്കല മോനെ ആടുതാമ
വേണ്ട വേണ്ട
Another brilliant behind the scenes sequence would be the brilliant combination of cinematography and the editing skills to enhance a fight scene. For example, in films like Talluwala, even though Talluwala didn't have any great storyline, what made it interesting, fun to watch movie, it is because of its brilliant cinematography, and the editing part was great. It was top notch. One of the Gen Z editing skills were used in the making of Taluwala, which made today Taluwala a grand success because of its cinematography and the editing skills. Another interesting feature in enhancing a fight scene is the music. The background music is as important as the fight scene, as it can hold great importance to how to build up a fight scene. For example, in films like Bhishma Parva, it has got some amazing background score given by fight scenes have now been an inevitable part of Malayalam films or any other language for its is concerned. But for example, most of these fights are some of the celebrated success in Malayalam box office. For example, films like RDX, Taluwala, Avesham, Premam, these are all celebrated success because of the elevated fight scenes and enhancing BGMs. Kind of have been most popular in the youth of today. But it should also contain a statutory warning to avoid trying these at home. These are not home tricks. These are under the observance of the stunt and the spectacle team in the entire fighting scene. A statutory warning, down below is a must for each and every movies is what I would suggest.
So loud. I want us to be
My example of fighting scene would be a scene from Manarvata speaking. There's a scene by Mukesh and Innocent. A very funny scene. Do watch it at the end. Bye bye. See you next Sunday.
ശരിയാക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല മഹാചേട്ടാ, ഞാൻ പിടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. വേഗം എണീച്ചു വാ വന്നിട്ടടി. എന്നെ അങ്ങനെ ശരിയാക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഇനി ഞാൻ നീ മലത്തിട്ടതായി
പ്രശ്നമില്ല. മരണത്തില്ല ഞാൻ.
മരണത്തിൽ
നോക്കണ്ട.